locked down, so like no alcohol and stuff like that. But luckily,
Awesome. It's spreading.
yeah,
My
yeah.
brother, good to see you, man. Good to see you. A lot has happened.
How have you been, bro?
Remember, we spoke about a year ago.
I know. That's what I'm asking. How you been?
I'm good, man. You know, trying to build, trying to get like you. You know what I mean? The year's been amazing. You know, a lot of growth, as I'm sure you've been doing it as well. You know what I mean? So it's been a vibe. It's been a vibe, bro. Thank you for asking, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Trying to stay healthy, brothers. Trying to stay healthy and
Hey,
duck this
have
thing.
to, man.
And
Have
duck
to,
this
bro.
thing.
Have to.
But like I said, man, kind of a cool fun fact, bro. I don't know if you know, like I said, we spoke about a year ago. It would have been, I think, at the end of April we would have spoke. But you were the first one to kick off my IG live conversations, this foreign exchange.
Yeah.
So now, because that was season 1, it's only right that we bring you back on to close out the season for the year. 365 days, you know what I'm saying? It's a vibe, you know what it is?
Nice, man. Honored to be here, man.
Thank you, brother. So talk to me.
Bro.
How's everything going with you? A lot's been going with you. We're gonna get into it, but tell me, man. African man, Zulu man with some power, doing some big things out here.
Yeah. It's been going good, man. Working, you know, trying to put it out there. I'm actually coming to like the close of that chapter, like the ending of that chapter, you know.
Yes,
But it's been a nice ride, man. It's been really dope, especially like considering COVID and everything else, like the limits, you know, just being restricted and not being able to travel and tour the album like that.
Yep.
We still managed to get like a lot of work done, so it's been a nice ride, man.
Talk about a lot of work, bro. Like you definitely didn't. I know when we spoke again, I think April last year would have been kind of when Rona was kind of hidden. I had just kind of come around, and you know, you were in the studio. We were just talking about, I'm going to sit back and be creative. But ever since then, you've just figured out a way just to like working even without working, like as far as stage shows and all of that. You feel like that was kind of like a blessing?
Yeah, man. It was definitely. You know, I think it was like a weird little adjustment period for everyone, but it kind of brought some good to the situation. You know, it taught us all how to be active, even with like not being able to leave the house and stuff like that. You know, still be in people's eyes, still be able to get all these dope placements and all these dope shows from inside the house. You know, so it definitely taught a lot of people a lot of stuff, bro. Definitely a lesson for sure.
Was it a challenge putting the album out during the pandemic?
It was, man. It was. You know, I'm used to like touring the album and really being out there. You know, and at the beginning of this whole pandemic, it was rough. Like you couldn't even leave the house, let alone the city or the country or anything like that. But then as time went by, they started easing off, so we were able to do like little club shows. Obviously, like the capacity was cut down to like 50%. So every venue you do, you can only pack it out like up until 50%. You know. But and then time went past, and then clubs were officially open, and then things just got better over time. But it was still like it was a challenge. I'm not even gonna lie.
Because I mean, by the time the album dropped, by the time you were even able to perform one of these songs off the album was how long? Like months, right?
Yeah.
Now, did that give you a different perception of how you create music now? Because again, remember, you put out an album. The normal way would be you put out an album, you go tour it, you kind of see the reaction of the crowd and be like, oh, these are the songs that they like. Now it's kind of like I gotta gauge it off my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. It was definitely a weird little, like I said, adjustment. You know what I mean? Because it's like when the country is open or when the world is open, you drop songs and you're able to, for lack of a better term, shove them down people's throats. You know what I mean? Like you can do that with songs until they become singles. But now with like all these restrictions, you have to kind of put everything out there. It's like just throwing a net in the ocean and just hoping something catches, and then you go off of that type thing. You know what I mean? So it was like weird, but it's also like it kind of, I guess it kind of it shined the light on the songs that really deserve to be singles, the songs that people genuinely listen to over and over and over again. Like you don't get a chance to force feed people songs. You kind of have to wait and let them pick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Which songs did you find that people really gravitated
to? Easy, Black and White, Zulu Man for obvious reasons. The shock value, I guess.
Yep.
Steve Beagle, songs like that.
Okay, Steve Beagle. Let's talk about that one, bro. I had to Google who that was. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I was like, Steve Beagle, is this like some other dude is paying? But come to find out, this is really like a historical thing behind this. Like he was a South African, like apartheid, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, icon,
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my
and
whole point with it. You know, that was my
and
whole point. I wanted people to go and do their Googles. You know, without sounding like I'm preaching. I didn't want to sound like I'm a politician now and like make a sad song or whatever. I wanted to make something jiggy, something people can still play at the club. But if you don't know who Steve Beagle is, you have to go do your Googles, and then I teach you a little bit of something. You know what I mean?
give us a little bit. People have to go do their Googles, but give us a little bit of who he was.
Steve Beagle was a revolutionary, man. You know, someone who really stood for the people, someone who made a lot of sacrifices for the people, you know, um, and who really paved the way for other people to be brave also, you know, even though he wasn't the only one, but he's still one of the pillars, one of the people who really held our culture up and made sure it stayed up there, you know, bearing all the sacrifices that come with it. You know what I mean?
And why
Like,
him? Why him over somebody else? Because you guys had some freedom fighters in South Africa. Why highlight him?
I'm not gonna lie, it was just it was one of those creative sparks in the studio. It's
Gotcha.
like it just
Just came
rhymes
to
and yeah.
Okay, I love it, man. A lot of people in here saying that they loving the new do, loving the new hairstyle. My man's
Oh,
always different with it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all showing that love to my man. So now you said you're in Namibia.
yeah.
What's going on out there? Work, shows? What are you doing?
No, I'm just hiding. Just hiding.
My man said I gotta get out of SA for a little bit.
Yeah, just taking a break, man. Hiding, really.
That's dope. That's dope. Enjoying the fruits of your label, man. And congratulations on Black and White, another dope song. That not only, of course, was on the album, you picked up with Ari, but it made it onto the soundtrack for Coming to America.
Yes.
That had to make you proud. Like, did they reach out to you? Did you submit the song for the soundtrack? How did that go?
So they reached out a couple months before the album dropped, right? So they reached out and they're like, yo, we're interested in working with you guys. We have a really huge project coming up. And if you guys have any material that you'd like to submit, please do so. Or otherwise, write something, you know, specifically for like a scene or just for the soundtrack, something that'll go with it. And we were like, okay, cool. We'll send you guys what we have in the can right now and let you guys pick whatever you feel like goes with your whole vibe, right? And then they were like, okay, cool. So I sent it and they picked Black and White. And we were like, yo, you guys know this is set to come out in a couple months. And they were like, we don't care. This is exactly what
This
we
is
want.
it.
Yeah, so it kind of made things easier for me. You know, I didn't have to go back to the drawing board, and it's kind of like it helped me push the single, and also just like you know, made things easier, man.
That's a blessing right there, bro. It's like
Yeah,
that was an easy layup to just be like, and then from there, I'm
yep,
seeing you on Ellen. I'm seeing
yep,
you like you did the Zamunda thing, like when they had the little concert type vibe.
yeah. Tiny Desk.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
bro. I mean, that's a proud moment though, because we all know Coming to America is one of those iconic movies. You know what I mean?
yes,
And for you
yes,
to be
yes,
picked up on it, where the whole theme of the movie really was coming back to Africa.
yes, yes.
You know what I mean? And for you
Yeah,
to be a part of that, I thought that was lit. Congratulations on that, bro.
appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro.
How's the
Thank
link
you,
up
man.
with Ari? How was that?
It was dope, man. It was really dope. I still haven't even met her like in person, but she's amazing, man. She's good people. She knocked the verse out, really brought something to the track that I didn't even know was missing. Like when I made the song was complete, 2 verses, hooks, bridge, whatever. And I was like, okay, cool, this song is done. And we kind of just put it away. And then a couple months later, my A&R made the link up. Like he introduced my songs to the Dreamville camp. And then Ari was down to work, so they sent me some of her songs. They were like, yo, check Ari out. I checked it out. I was like, yo, this is fire. This is dope. So I kind of picked that song. I was like, okay, cool. I feel like she can murder this song. So I sent it. And then in a matter of a couple of weeks, man, she killed it. Took it to a whole nother universe, bro.
And the video treatment, fire.
Yeah.
Kept the black and white theme
Super
throughout
relevant.
the whole thing. I
Yeah.
seen you in the black and white suit. You know, a couple of times you had some color in there, but for the most part, it's a black and white kind
Yeah,
of
black and
vibe.
white.
Very,
Yeah.
very in the time, in the sense that it's like a long distance relationship. You
Right,
guys are
right, exactly.
communicating through the phone. You can't see each other. You in the one
Yeah.
country, she's in another one.
Yeah, what was it? Romance and COVID, right?
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's what they call it. Yeah, yeah.
Romance and COVID, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's real though. That's real though. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it. I love the fact that they picked it up. I love what you guys did. Low key, she the plug to J. Cole though. Let's keep it 100. It's just me and you
Hey,
talking.
could be, man.
It's just me and you talking.
Nah, J. Cole knows about me though. Now I know, you know.
That's a fact, man.
He knows now. So
That's
when
a
I meet
fact.
him, I'm like, yo, he'll be like, oh,
Remember
you
me?
there?
Yeah. Big push for the States is what I'm hearing.
Uh-huh.
You're really trying to come over this way. You know, I'm in Boston. It's cold today, but big push for the States. You're really trying to come and conquer this market. which I kind
Yeah.
of feel you kind of have already. Like, what's the plan on this? What are you really trying to do with the U.S. market at this point?
The plan is to be out there a bit more, do a whole lot of like groundwork, man. So that
So
the
you're
face
moving
meets the name, you know. Yeah, I'm coming in. I'm coming in like 2 weeks or so.
for how long?
I'll be there like 2 months.
Ooh, Cali.
Cali, maybe a little bit, but I think I'll be based in Atlanta, and I'll kind of just be moving around. Wherever the business takes me, I'm just gonna be moving around.
Bro, if it's not
You know?
ATL, it's got to be Cali. But honestly, ATL is where it's at.
Yeah, that's what the culture
That's
is.
just the hub of just where creativity and everything
Yes.
is just coming out of there. It's amazing, like
Yes.
what's happening in Atlanta right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's
Trying to
dope.
catch
So
that
you're
wave.
coming in 2 months. You're ready to work. Like, what's the plan? Are you coming in to just sit down? Do we got new projects on the way? What are we doing?
I'm working on a project, so that's kind of like first priority. But really, I'm just coming in to make some links, man. To try and make some connections there. Try and build some relationships, and obviously like create a fan base from scratch. You know, because that's like the most important
You
thing.
feel that's what it is,
People,
though? You feel like that's what you got to do again?
yeah, bro. I wanna, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like here in Africa, right? Like having a core fan base, like people that rock with me regardless of what happens. You know, regardless of all the BS that comes with all this shit, of the drama, anything like that. You know, I won't just be like a viral artist. I don't want to be that. I want to be somebody that people saw come up from the ground up. You know, and then they can identify with, and then those fans will go with me everywhere. That's the best feeling in the world, though. When you know you have fans that really love you. You know what I mean?
Like, no matter what you drop, they're gonna rock with you regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and okay, so it's 2 months. I mean, it feels like you're gonna have to be in the U.S. a little bit more than 2 months, bro.
That's the plan. That's the plan. So we're only there for 2 months because I think you're only allowed to be there like 3 months, and then you have to like kind of dip and then come back again.
Yeah.
So we just said 2 months, just like playing it safe. But we're hoping more business will open up, more opportunities will come up, so we have a little bit more like wiggle room, and we'll stretch it out a bit.
Now, do we have anything already kind of preset now where it's like, all right, as soon as I land, I'm already linked up to work with X, Y, and Z? Do we got anything like that? Can we talk about who
There's a lot of guys. A lot of guys I met in Atlanta the other time I went there, the last time I went there. So I have a lot of producers I'm gonna meet up there. I have a couple guys from like all over the states that I'm definitely gonna hit up and try and link up with. You know, like we've been sending songs back and forth, but I feel like if we're in studio together and we actually meet, then we kind of get like a genuine vibe. You know.
I got you. Is that what you'd rather do? Is that what you? I know with the Ari was different, but is that what you'd rather do? You'd rather be in the studio with somebody and just create?
It's always better that way.
Because the juices flow and all of that.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Can you give us some names of who you already linked up with? Or?
Yeah.
I'll try to slide that in there real quick.
Nah, I saw where you were going with that. Nah, I can't, not yet.
I'll try. Don't fault me. But I did hear, and tell me if I'm wrong. I did hear, you know, they might be something with Black on the way.
Yeah. Black is my guy, bro.
Something with PNB Rock on the way.
We'll see. We've been talking. I met PNB about 3 years ago. I think in Amsterdam or Germany. I'm not really sure which one.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been tapped in with bro. He's a good dude also, you know. So hopefully something really happens there.
But Black is beasting right now. Black is all over these joints. Like everybody's like tapping in with Black. Something heavy.
Black is that guy, bro.
You guys would definitely make some sick music, bro.
Yeah, something special. Something for the ladies.
Something for the ladies. Let's talk about it, bro.
Yes.
You kind of mentioned this a little bit ago, a few seconds ago. You had said something about all the drama that was going on. I watched the clip of your. By the way, congratulations on your podcast.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
How many episodes are out? I think you got a few out right now.
Yeah, we got 6 out. I think we got like 1 more, 2 more.
Let them know where they can find it too. It's on YouTube. What's the name of it?
Yeah, it's on my YouTube. On my YouTube page, you just search Nasty CSA, and that's like the official page.
Go on YouTube, and it's you sitting down with different people like Black Coffee, some of your friends,
my homies, the guys that I met in Atlanta also, like J Kids, Butcher, I met in LA. We talked to one of my OGs in Nigeria also, you know, people that have really been in the game and people that are coming in the game just to share their different perspectives.
And also supported. I saw Who Kid was on there too and all that.
Yeah, Who Kid, yep.
So I'm the only one that's missing then so far.
Trust me, if we ever do a part 2, you're in there. Like, it's no question.
Come on, bro, I got to. Me and you got to talk. Come on, Charlie, we have to do this now. Come on, we have to.
No question.
We got to do this.
Trust me. Trust me, I
But
got you.
in one of your episodes, you did talk about the drama, and I could feel your frustration about how you felt like there's a lot of just, we ain't gonna get into the BS, but you felt like, you know, there's just a lot of people kind of like either are trying to not play you, but they kind of feel like you need to take sides with them, and you're like, nah, I'm not taking no sides in South Africa. Even though something that you did say that was dope is that like Spotify or somebody would reach out to you to do a playlist and be like, yo, we're gonna give you a dope playlist, you're gonna do this. And you were like, even the people who kind of don't like me right now, or we don't really get along, or for some reason don't like my energy, I'm still putting them on that playlist. And you also said that you felt like, you know, my job is to try to bring South Africa through these doors, especially in the States, commercially and all of that. Can you kind of touch on that a little bit for the people?
Yeah, man, that's the bigger picture, you know. This thing is bigger than me, bro. It's not just about me. I mean, the moment is mine, yes, but the goal is to let everybody in, you know. It's we have a thing we say, you pass the rope backwards. So if someone passes you the rope to climb up, you have to pass it backwards for the other guy to climb up, and then the other guy, then the next guy. You know, that's kind of how we move my team now. That's like our whole that's what we stand for, you know. So I don't care if someone like has a problem with me, or if we have problems, if we just don't like each other like genuinely. When it comes to putting my country on and flying my flag, I'm flying my flag, and I'm making sure I'm mentioning everybody that's helping me do it, because I'm not doing it by myself. So it doesn't matter where we stand. We can have politics. None of that comes into play when it's time to fly the flag, you know.
Do you feel like it's maybe because you're young that they don't, I guess for lack of a better word, don't respect you like that?
I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is. It might be envy, jealousy. I don't know what it is. I really don't care
I
though.
think you hot out here, boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, let's keep it a buck. You out here. I know you want to be humble,
yeah,
but let's keep it a
yeah,
buck.
man.
You out here. You doing your thing.
Yeah, man.
And
Working.
people don't really, you know, sometimes that can get in the way of people's, you know what I mean? Being like, how he gets so hot, it's so young, so fast, but it goes for your work ethic, though. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
feel like,
Everyone wants to be the guy, you know. And I guess just seeing my whole thing from like the outside looking in, it just looks like I've been given a bunch of favors, or just like all these things are just kind of falling into my lap. People don't see the amount of hard work that I put in, the sacrifices that I have to go through, you know, hardship that I have to endure, stuff like that. So they just kind of feel like I don't deserve none of it, you know. Fuck me though, like it makes sense, I get it, but it's like I don't think I'm just gonna like not pay attention to it, or it's gonna make me bitter or change who I really am. Like that's not gonna happen.
now, if you,
You know?
when you're showing these people love, when it comes to, when you're telling people, okay, I'm South African, I'm a rapper from South Africa, I'm in the States, let's say, when you come over and you're like, yo, there's a ton of us back here. Like, there's some bar spitters, there's dope musicians, even the people who you don't rock with. Now, if you meet them face to face, is that the same kind of energy of love you're giving them? Okay, talk to me. That's what I want you to talk to me about.
I tried that. I used to try and be the Jesus of the situation, you know, but that doesn't really go out like it doesn't always go the way you plan, you know. It doesn't really work out how you think it's gonna work out like beforehand, you know. But then I learned my lesson, you know. Now it's just like, yo, like I'm gonna be a man before anything when I meet you, you know. But when it's time to represent, I'm gonna represent. I'm gonna mention your name. But when we see each other in person, like I'm not just gonna be
Show you
nah,
love and stuff. Nah, after all you still talk. What do you think that is? I feel like that's an African thing where we don't uplift each other enough. Like when we're this small, we're like,
yeah,
this is our God, this is our God. But as we start to rise, it's like all of a sudden, I feel like that's an African thing. It happens in Kenya, it happens everywhere. Like, what do you think
it
that
happens
is?
everywhere. I don't even think it's an African thing. I think it's a human thing in general, you know. And then it gets worse in hip hop because it's like it's very competitive, you know. So people don't want to see you climb up too far ahead before them, you know. As long as you guys are still close, people all love, all good, buddy, whatever. As soon as you start lapping them, then they're like, man,
What happened
you know?
here?
Yeah, you know.
But again,
I don't care.
you've been doing it for a while, you've been putting in that work. I know when we spoke about a year ago, you know, we had talked about, you know, just everything that you were doing to try to set yourself up for a better position, and you're always goal oriented. And I think this is why, you know, you started connecting with your fans through the YouTube pages and you know all of this. You gotta evolve as look at yourself sometimes in the mirror and be like, what is it that I'm not doing that I'm not good as the next guy who's above me? I feel like that's your edge too, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then you have to try and learn and put in the hours and understand that you're not going to be good at it at first go. You know, you're going to have a couple trials, you know what I mean? A couple fails, and then you'll get it right.
Shout out to Nasty C's in the building. You know what it is, man. Black and White is on that soundtrack for Coming to America 2. Make sure y'all go check it out. You got the YouTube page popping right now with the podcast, which is lit. I like your guest selections. Kind of talking about some of the things that we had talked about last year and how you put yourself. You came to the game, yourself out on production for house, by the way.
Yeah. I like them. All that stuff.
I'm on that.
Nah.
Bro, that's the way right now.
It is. But I love it, and I want to love it from afar. You know what I'm
if there's anything that's more African than Amapiano, it's that. Why not? Because it just doesn't match the style.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It wouldn't be organic, and I think we'd be able to tell. It would come off very fake because it wasn't fake. You know, I love it, but I like watching people do the dance like that with the song. Not as
you do the dance when it comes on.
When I'm at home, yes.
Why not?
I don't know how to dance. You have to have like a certain kind of
rhythm. It has to be a rhythm. You gotta be to the beat. You gotta shake. I was trying to get out there. I can't do it. You gotta be
it's fine.
Yo, bro, like I'm so proud. Like again, people still categorize that as Afrobeat. That sounds now 2012, even older than that. And for it to catch on right now, the mass where everything sounds now. That sounds music. It's like yo, they were doing this for years. And it's just not strong. But again, that's another thing that shines like what you got going on. Now, they content. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like it's been changing and like it's changing shape. It's becoming fly. So I thought years.
Okay. So new projects on the way. That what we're doing. I know we got some release. What we got
do this year? I want to go crazy, bro. Like I want to drop at least these projects. You know, it's not 2 hours, maybe 1 hour and 2 tapes. You know, so I'm really looking for all the guys that don't like features, try and get them a 5-track EP or whatever, and then we'll see how it goes. But I'm really gonna start like man.
Are you still crazy?
Yeah. Not that crazy.
Yeah, like I know you do a lot of production, but are you giving out? Is that a vision for you just giving out now to other people and let them do their thing on it?
Eventually, yeah. Now, I don't feel like now. Save all these beats myself. You know.
That's the season to build it on, brother. Let's see what else. I mean, again, I think from the conversation we had last bro, to see your growth, honestly, it's amazing. You know what I mean? And like I said, I started on series a year ago. I was like, what's today? They're gonna close out that series. This is season 1. It's coming around. This is getting today. And then next year, you know, hopefully next season, I get back and be together. What are we doing?
Something fly. Come on, bro. Get some joints in there, some drinks.
Come on, bro. What's your drink of choice?
Right now, heavy.
Anyone
really, but like I prefer silver.
Really?
Yeah, anything white.
You still, I know you business. You still with the book. You still reading.
Not that much. I was talking about that like yesterday. Not that much anymore. I
know you was reading. What was the last book you read?
Last book I read. I think it was something. It had to do with like memory. I think it was like of a good memory or how to unlock the full memory or something like that. Because I really felt like I have the worst memory of it, and I just kind of felt like it getting worse and worse and worse. You know, all the smoking and just like going through life so quickly, like lose track of a lot of stuff. You know, so I kind of
last year been a blur for you.
Nah. Staying at home kind of forces you to take in every single moment. you have all day to take it in. Like, nah, it has.
And if the Rona was not a problem, right? If it wasn't because of the Rona, would you have done this for yourself? Like if someone could have told you, yo, you just sit at the crib, you can really like put out some dope stuff. would you do it on your own? You know what I'm saying?
I would have done it. I think I would have done it at a bigger scale, man. I definitely would have done it. Definitely. None of our plans really changed per se. I guess the situation kind of forced us to kind of like cramp everything into like 1 year, you know?
Okay.
And so then there was like no space to do like no extra shit in between. We kind of just had to bring everything closer, you know? But all the stuff I'm doing right now, it was already in the plans.
Okay. First show, where would you want to do your first show when things really open back up? I know you love performing.
So, if I had to bring Ivy some tour back, like right now,
you do it.
Definitely go. I go first. I go to Durban, then I go to Cape Town, and then I come here to Namibia for the show.
Namibia's like that? Is it like that out
there? Yeah. It's like it's a very small country, so whenever something happens, people show up, and it's not like they see it that many times a year, you know.
Now, while you're out there, people running up on you like, "Oh, it's nasty," or are you keeping a low profile? What are you doing?
I mean, they came up to me now. I didn't really leave the house. Like, I've been here for like a couple days. I only left the house like today. Yesterday I went out the house, but I was like hiding. I was like beaming, mask and everything. But today I came out. I was at the beach, so a couple people came up. All I did was like dabs, you know, hugs and stuff like that. But I'm not really taking pictures.
You got the hand sanitizer though?
Yeah, always.
Good. Who you out there with? Are you there with family? Are you there solo?
Yeah, I'm here with my guys and my girl.
Okay, enjoy it, man. I don't want to keep it too much. You look like you're having a beautiful day out there. But real talk, two things. Yeah. I'm coming to Atlanta, you know what I mean? I might come out there, we chop it up real quick. I definitely want to get on one of your podcasts, bro. You know what I mean? We've been supporting your joint. Black and white going out here, dumb, stupid. Congratulations on that. That's beautiful. You put on an album in the midst of all this craziness. You're winning. It's a blessing. Your journey is a blessing. I've always told you, even from before. Your journey is definitely a blessing. How's Pop doing? Hold up. How's your family doing?
I went to see him before I came out here. Just for him to bless my trip and everything. He's really excited. He's excited for my move to the States too. He's like, I finally get to retire in Miami. He's been like that though. He's been like that. Like ever since I started making a little bit of money, I was able to like fix up the house, get him a car and stuff like that. He's always just been like, all right, cool. You have my blessing. They may not understand the whole culture of what you're doing, but you have my blessings, you know. And he sees I haven't changed or nothing like that. So
you still pushing the AMG?
Yeah.
It's something different.
Nah, I got him an AMG.
But this is the one that we talked about a year ago, right?
I think so, yeah. It was brand new at the time, right?
Yes, it was. I know you just said, and he loves cars, and he was loving it and all. I'm like, this dude is out here with a V12 now. The Turbo, let's go.
He's in that thing, bro.
Yo, my brother, always good seeing you. Enjoy Namibia. Can't wait for you to come to the States. You know you always got the support on this side, man. You always just got to tap in whenever you can make it to Boston. Let's do that in person. And yeah, I mean, plug all your things, because you got a few things that they can
You gotta make my first Boston show happen, bro. We have to do that together.
It's light work.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for always supporting too, man. Making sure my music gets to the right ears and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Never goes unnoticed.
Hey, listen, it's easy for me. If you give me good music, it's easy for me to just let it out there. That's all I need. Sir. As long as you supply me the heat, it's nothing for me to put it out there, my brother.
I got you.
Be good, be blessed, man. Take care out there.
Peace, my G. Love, man.
Love, always.
Yes, sir.
And there you have it, man. Nasty C. A big shout out to everybody that tapped in. Something quick, something light. Of course, we already